Hello and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Mansi Patel, your graduate assistant and a moderator for today's panel discussion on a graduate student's guide to the international student experience. Remember, today's session is about hearing real stories, honest challenges, and practical lessons. Our goal is not perfection, but perspective, to help current and future students to feel more prepared and less alone. So, before we move ahead, a gentle reminder for everyone, don't forget to sign in for today's event. The QR code is on the screen on the top right corner, and just check in. We also have a link posted by Catalina in the chat box. Well, let's begin and welcome our panelists for today. We have Neha, she is a data science major student from India. We have Julia, she is an electronic engineer and currently a second year PhD student in aerospace engineering from Argentina. And we have Roberto, a quantitative finance major from Ecuador. Moving forward, I would like to invite our panelists to share a bit more about themselves with the audience. And with the same, I would start with Neha. Over to you, Neha.
Hello, everybody. My name is Neha Upadhye. I am from India. I'm currently pursuing my master's in data science, and I have had a bachelor's degree in computer engineering with honors in data science. Apart from everything data, I am also a motorsports fanatic, so I love everything about motorsports and its precision and its speed in just general. That's about me.
Thank you, Neha. Over to you, Julia.
Hi. Not good morning, but hello to everyone. I am Julia. I am from Argentina. I studied electronic engineering there, but always having in mind the idea of working in space. So right now I am doing my PhD in aerospace engineering, focusing on making operations in space more sustainable. So that's mainly. Thank you.
Thank you, Julia. Roberto, over to you.
Hello everyone, I'm Roberto Almeida. I'm from Ecuador. I have experience in banking or financial service. That's why I'm pursuing my master's degree in quantitative finance. I got a bachelor that I made in Ecuador that is in business administration. And thank you for the space.
Thank you, Roberto. Thank you all. Let's begin with a quick check in. How is our panelist feeling today?
Uh,
Good.
Good.
yeah, it's good.
Yes. Just
Well,
normal
thank you.
day.
Yeah.
Normal day, yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing with us. As international students, our journey is truly a roller coaster ride, and I believe that, filled with learning challenges and tremendous growth. So, with that, today we are going to have few questions with you all, and we are excited to hear from you, your stories, and your insights. Let's begin with that. Neha, I would love to start with you. What's one expectation you had about graduate school in the US that turned out to be very different from reality?
So there's this one expectation that I thought about graduate studies that would be like just attending the lectures and doing your assignments and working on assignments individually. But that turned out to be a little different. Here in while pursuing my master's here, I feel like it's all interactive and collaborative studies. You collaborate with your peers, you collaborate with your professors and you interact with your professors. It's not just a one way teaching and listening approach, but we had a class for one of the course where we had to teach the whole class. So it's all interactive studies and all collaborative, which makes the learning more enhanced and amazing experience, I believe. So that's one expectation that turned out to be a little different for me.
Thank you. Julia, over to you.
Well, I was thinking about this question and I don't know, I don't think I was like expecting something special. And I feel like after having my classes in here, I feel like they are kind of similar to what I have like in Argentina. But then what I see that is definitely like super different is that in my country, like the classes tend to be longer, and sometimes they extend the classes even more because we need to finish with the topic or so on. But here, the classes are like the exact time that they are scheduled, and then you know when you enter and when you finish. So that's something nice.
Okay, thank
Totally
you.
agree.
Roberto.
Now you mute
You're,
yourself.
yeah, you're on mute.
Sorry, thank you. For my reality, I think that here in the grad school is like a more the things go more beyond about the academics of the grades. I think that here in the grad school you need to be more or build more relationship with your team, with your classmate or with your professor. That here, for example, the networking or the relationship or connection with the professor, I think that is really important. That, for example, in my country, that's no, it's not at all. It's more about academics or get good grades or things like that. But here in my courses, like to get a discussion or to ask a question that open a debate is really important, I think. So that is my expectation.
Well, that's an important perspective. Thank you. Julia, building on that, I would like to ask what's one US graduate school expectation that international students are often not talked about but really matters for the success?
It's so related with what Roberto just said, because here you really need to show up, like start like building relations and networking, and you need to approach your professors, and that's super useful for the entire program that you are in. Like I don't feel it was like that difficult to approach my professors back in my country, but it wasn't like um, I think that here the how the system is built, it is so much useful to do that because they can like show some opportunities, and then yes, you once you start interacting, it's also helpful for your future career when you need to apply for things or so on.
Well, thank you for highlighting that. Roberto, I would like to listen again from you.
I'm agree with Julia. Well, I don't know, like expectation. I trying to compare between, for example, my country that is Ecuador. I think that the relationship that I made with my professors in my country is like I don't know, but it's more easy. Like the professors are more open to discuss, or for example, here you need to go and you need to have the initiative to talk with the professor. And for example, in my country, the professor is the one that go to your desk and start talking with you about XYZ topic. So when I move here, like I have the same well, I expect the same with all my professor or my advisors, but here the game is different. The game is like you need to build your initiative. You need to start talking with your classmates, with your professor. You need to go and look about the office hours or start make networking to get I don't know, projects, jobs, internships or whatever. So
Thank you. Thank you for highlighting that too. Neha, I would like to listen from you now.
Yes, I do completely agree with you, Julia and Roberto. It's very important to like be proactive and show up all the time. Nobody is going to be behind you to apply to jobs, apply for an internship, go to career fairs, attend different events on campus, or even talk to your professors during their office hours, or even have a build a relationship with your TA. That's very important. And also, success is kind of a subjective, like it depends on what kind of success you're looking for, being confident or looking for job opportunities or being confident to even network to people. That's also a success. So it is really, at the end, it's just being proactive and showing up. So I believe that building relationship really takes you to places. It opened doors to the doors that you never thought existed. So that's really important. So showing up and building relationships, networks, that really leads to something in future. So yeah,
I agree with you, Neha. We are never the same person as we are on the day one. I really agree with
absolutely.
you.
Yes, absolutely right.
Okay, moving forward with that, Roberto, shifting towards the career development. How did you navigate the job search as an international graduate student? What strategies or resources made the biggest difference to you? You can talk about CPT, OPT, networking, some career fairs you attended, rejections, most important, and referrals. Over to you.
Well, this thing about like the search jobs or the job search for international students is like a really hard because as international student we have a lot of things that we need to pay attention about permission, CPT, the sponsorships, the OPT. So it's kind of overwhelming for us. Um, but I think that well, for me, or one advice that I can give is attend to any career fair that you have the opportunity. For example, in my situation, well, in my experience, I attend for careers fair from UTA or College of Business used to have like the firm night that they invite a lot of accounting firms and things like that. As well, the networking. I am part of Alpha, that is the Association for Professionals, Latino Professionals in America, and I attend like a two conference where I can make networking with students and with companies or employers. I think that that is the most important thing that you can create, that you need to create your own opportunity, start talking and tell the employees your history about like be honest, be honest and tell that what is your situation, because there's a lot of companies that understand and they know every law and they know everything about CPT, OPT, and they can give you any advice. So yeah, I think that my advice is that like participate, create networking, ask questions, send, I don't know, send to start talking with a coffee chat about a career that you want to start develop, and be part of a lot of associations or clubs or whatever. I think that that's really helpful.
Okay, so did you ever attended any kind of OPT or CPT sessions that are being taken by OIE offices?
No, no, I never attend, but I read the news every day.
Oh, okay. Thank you for that. I would like to ask Julia again about the same question.
Well, in my case, it's a little bit different because I am doing the PhD. Then, like, I have been searching for internships like during the summer and that, but I need to focus really on my research right now. So my position is like mainly like TA or GA, and until I advance more in my program, and then I might be applying for jobs outside the university. So it's kind of different in that sense. But still, I have attended many conferences and network events, and also career fairs. Even if I am not looking for a job right now, but just to see what is out there, and also to try to understand, like in my field, aerospace engineering, being foreigner, it's also even worse because it's more difficult to find a job since most of the work is related with defense. And then I need to understand, well, if there are open positions that I can apply, like for internationals, what are those extra steps that I will have to do? So that's why I like to go there and try to take note of that. Um, but then it's also about like networking, because like in research you can also collaborate on some research on some proposals, so that's also good.
So basically, networking can be through multiple things, like you mentioned. It can be through going to conferences, talking to people, and understanding how that works. Do you have any specific strategies that you worked during all these years of your academic journey?
No, I don't know. I Sometimes it's hard to push yourself to be open to do this networking. It's not that it's something like wow, super easy. No. So, like for example, in conferences, sometimes it's hard. Like you're like around people that you really admire, or that they are doing the job that you want to do, and you want to approach them, but maybe you don't find the strength to do that. So then it is also about like finding the time. Like I know I have to do it. I will do it, but I will try to be as calm as possible to to do this. So sometimes if it's like, for example, a 2 days conference, then I might not be doing that like the first day, but the second day I need to. So I prepare myself for that. Um, yes.
Okay, thank you. Neha, I would love to hear from you.
Yes, so currently I'm pursuing my internship or doing my internship as a data analytics intern at UT System. So it was a roller coaster for me as well. So the current internship I got through a referral and networking. I would say that was the combination that I got through. This referral was through my previous job at Career Development Center. So I had the experience of working and attending career fairs and getting to know more about the perspective of recruiters and how they uh, approach these career fairs and how would they like the students to talk or network during the career fairs, even small conversations with them and not just being monotonic about it or not going to autopilot during the career fairs and talking more about yourself or giving a little bit that is not formal aspect. So being telling them what you like or some sharing with something that is not just formal leaves a little bit lasting imprints on them as well. So they remember you, and you just never should stop the networking right there after career fair. Always go ahead and send them a LinkedIn request, tell them that we met, that how you met that the career fair, and just for do the follow-up messages and follow-up conversations in using networking as well. That counts as networking.
Can you share about some of your personal experiences about networking and how do you get that referrals? I'm keen to understand that because that phase is going to come soon for me.
Yes, definitely. So initially, networking is not always easy for anybody. You have to force yourself to get out of that comfort zone. You have to be okay with being not okay while talking to somebody who is completely new to you. So, my first experience was going to a networking event that is hosted by uh, Chambers of Arlington at they host a networking event called as Young Professionals. So everybody who is from Arlington Chambers who host or who are in small businesses, they come together, and everybody who is under the age of 30, they all meet and they have conversations and they share ideas. And if they have any opportunities, you can always connect with them and talk about how you can approach or how you can contribute to their organizations as well. So that was my first experience out of the career fairs of networking. It was a little bit intimidating at first, but once you start getting hang of it, it gets a lot smoother and easier, I believe. So it's just getting out of the comfort zone and going to places and meeting new people and talking to them or getting to know more, it's very important. So that was my first step. That's how I started doing my networking. After that, I got a little bit better with all the career fairs that we have at UTA. It would be engineering career fair or all major career fair that is hosted in the MAC. So it's also the networking helped. It helped was I was previously working as a tour guide here at UTA, so every day it was a new audience that I would give to students and their parents. So all every day I would talk to new set of people, say about our college, about everything. So that was a new experience as well. So it's just the experiences building up to this moment and being more open to asking for referrals.
Okay. Thank you so much. That was incredibly helpful, Neha.
Thank you.
Guys, I hope everyone is taking notes over here. If you have any questions, please feel free to put it in the chat box. We have our panelists to answer that.
I think Julia has her hand up.
Yes, I just wanted to add that next week there is a career fair of engineering in the MAC. So if you are from engineering, maybe you want to attend that one.
So you said that's going to be on?
I can't remember. I don't know if it's 6 or 3 of March. But yes, it's next week.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Julia, with that, I would love to come back to you for this one. How did you feel to advocate yourself academically or professionally in a system that initially felt unfamiliar?
um, well, I don't know. It was hard at the beginning, but because really you like it's an unfamiliar system and you are by yourself. At least I am by myself, just me. So you really need to do that and push yourself to advocate for yourself for simple things and to more specific things. Sometimes it's, I don't know, like you have a problem with the UTA system somehow, like I don't know, your scale is not correct or something is wrong with it, and you need to find the people that is in charge of those things and just go and speak. Um, so from those simple things that are super like, I don't know, it's like I cannot find the word right now, but
That's okay.
yeah. So from those simple things to even when you for example want to attend a conference and you need to talk to your advisor, say, hey, I feel like this conference will be helpful for me for my research. uh, what do you think about it? Can you like allow me to go? Or so you need to talk to people in order to get those things. And let me see, because I wanted to. Yeah, and in that sense, you also need to get to know what are the resources of the school, not only like talk to people, but also like try to know all the resources of the school because they are super useful. Like I was thinking about the medical, like healthcare system, and yeah, you have the writing center, you have the each center where you can like print for free, but also you have like amazing study rooms and things like that that are super useful. And I just get to know them by getting involved in organizations where they show me these resources. If not, I wouldn't like have known about them. And that makes your life super like way much more easy, like through your entire program. So that's a recommendation. Like try to go and see what are the resources that you have and try to make use of them.
Thank you. Now I'd like to hear you from Neha.
Um, yes, I completely agree with Julia. The resources here at UT are vast. That is something that I learned during my touring tour guide job. So, oh, vast resources. It's like since the transition of coming as an international student is way big and way beyond that, you are landing in an unfamiliar land and you don't know anybody here. So it gets a little overwhelming. Sometimes students are homesick and you don't know what to do in this space. So we also have something called as um, we have some therapy sessions on campus as well, and each semester the students get it for free. It is so beneficial for students to just have somebody to sit and talk, even with the other libraries, resources that we have. So, for the lending machines in the library that give you technology for free for 1 week to use, that's so these kind of resources are really, really, really beneficial for students. Another point that I would like to say is that always being curious is gets you to so many places as well. Asking questions out of curiosity, asking doubts in your class. Sometimes it might feel a little intimidating, but then again, that opens a door or that lets you be a little more confident in the whole process of professional life and personal life as well. So the growth chart looks a little bit nicer, better, and you're just evolving. It's a new process altogether. So you have to just embrace it and work through it day by day, little by little.
I do agree that's a valuable reminder, Neha. Self advocacy is a skill we need to develop and it should be our one of the greatest strength. I agree with you. Roberto, can we have it?
Yes, of course. Well, I'm agree with Julia and Neha. I think that for advocate here as international student and well, for me, like yeah, I'm here like when I'm arrived here, I was alone. Like I don't have any family or anything here. So for the first, I think that you need to know all resources that UTA can offer for you, like Edge Center, like every resources that you have, and as well every. I think that is really important to create relationships as well. Like know the groups, the associations, all things like that. I think that that is really helpful for to know more where are you and to realize and to know that it's real that you are, for example, in pursuing your PhD or your master in a different country. Another thing that helps me is to be more confident with myself. I think at the beginning, and Neha told is like in classes, sometimes it's like I feel scared to ask questions. I don't want to ask like adopt questions, or I don't want to ask the professor like the same thing like 10 times, but you need to know that you are human and you need to, and you are paid, you need to, you are here for learn and you are here for career success in your career. So that is one thing that's helpful for me a lot. And another thing is like make mistakes. I think that every mistake that I made in all this in my program helped me to know how I can solve every situation that happened in my life, or every, for example, in talking about rejections, a lot of rejections made when I'm applying for jobs. That is really at the beginning, that was really uncomfortable. I feel really bad. I don't know how to manage that. But at the end of the day, the thing that helps me is like talk to people, prepare with friends, or prepare with professor or colleagues, as well manage my emotions. So I think that that is really helpful. So I think that resources, relationships, and make mistakes is my answer.
Thank you. With emotions, I would like to ask next question with that. What challenges did you face outside the classroom? It can be anything you can talk about housing, finances. Finances is one of them. healthcare, transportation, and how did you adapt to that? Neha, I would like to start with you.
Yes, I agree with the finances aspect, though that is one of the biggest challenge being an international student and in an unfamiliar land. You don't know any, or you do not have a job right in the beginning of the semester or in your educational journey. But as you progress, you start applying. The handshake is the best friend. I always say this, but handshake is truly your best friend. You just start applying to jobs, and even on the on-campus job, the rejection rate was very high in the beginning of the semester. It feels like it's impossible to do or land a job, but it's nothing like that. But once you start with that, you start your on-campus journey, and I think that is how you progress in your professional life as well. One thing leads you to another, and that opens the door to a bigger opportunity. So that's how I tackled that journey or that challenge of financially problems. Like you come with a loan, but that's not always enough with the other financial challenges around here. So I think that will help you just keep applying. I know rejection is overwhelming and sometimes very sad, but that's a stepping stone as well. So yeah, that's I think that's how.
Thank you. Julie, I would love to listen from you now.
Um, I think I went through all those challenges. Like you, you have them all the time. Like for example, the financial thing is like an issue because you like from one year to the other, you need to make sure that you are going to have like the money to continue your program. That's in PhD. That's why you have to advocate for yourself. Um, but then, like one suggestion here is like be really organized with your spending. Have your like a clear budget of the money that you can spend per month and so on. Because like here, I feel like you have to be thinking 6 months ahead or so on. So you really need to be really like detailed on that. And that's how I try to manage those challenges in the financial aspect. And then transportation. I couldn't believe when I arrived here that I cannot walk to my groceries. I cannot walk. It's everything is so far, and I have decided I am not. I will not have like a car here, and then you need to adapt yourself to the fact that everything is so far, and you need to manage how are you going to your groceries and so on. So, like one strategy right now, it's for example Walmart Plus. That way you can like receive the products that you buy at home, and that's so much easier. Um, but yes, I think those are the two that I would like to highlight, and you have to keep that in mind because, like at least in Arlington, and I think in Texas itself, like transportation, it's so limited, and then you have to be thinking about that, and it's so much related with finance because then if you need to be paying worse for everything you do, then it's a lot of money that you are spending on that.
I agree with the Walmart Plus thing. Even I was so tired in the first week of going to Walmart and just carry all that heavy groceries that you have to get it for yourself. I agree with that. Roberto, I would like to listen from you.
Well, I'm completely agree with the panelist. Well, for the financial, yeah, it's 100% that you need to plan your or have a budget or have a control with your finance. Know that, yeah, for example, you need to plan, like as Julia said, that you need to plan and be careful what will be your expenses and here and until the next semester, until maybe the next year, because the program continues, you need to continue to pay rent, you need to continue to eat, to buy food and everything. So I think for that you need to be really careful with your finance as well. As Nick has told that, for example, handshake, like trying to look a job on campus is not so easy, but it's possible, you know. You need to continue applying to be more present in the applications, I think. Um, I think that with this question, like everything merged at the end of like, if you, for example, if you want to apply for a job, you need to be differentiated with the other candidates. You need to, I don't know, for example, go out and press and appear in the office and give your resume for the people that are hiring, or I don't know, make something different to get a job. And absolutely for the groceries, and we need to buy it, and as well I don't have car. Is that is something that for me at the beginning was really crazy because I want to eat a lot and I want to buy a lot, so it's not easy to to get back to my home with a lot of bags. So I don't know, you need to plan for everything, and I think as I said, like everything that we talk in this workshop is like is the answer. You know, you need, if you have a relationship or you have friends, you can get a friend with car, and that is more easy for go and buy groceries, or it's more easy to go to anywhere to the transportation. But as well, here in UTA, they have like a lot of resources, and as I tell, like the mass, what is the name? The mass bus or the Via taxi that is more
Movers, yeah.
cheaper. That is more cheaper than an Uber, or is another map something that they sometimes like give food for students. I don't know. You need to always be like interact with all resources from UTAs, and that I think that is really helpful for your mental health and your finance and everything.
Finances and management honestly reminds me of my first week. I used to literally write down all the grocery bills and make a list of how I used to spend week wise in a month. And that used to be really very stressful. But now I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I
with
I do.
remember that my first week I spent a lot of money in transportation, in groceries, in everything, and I said, "Oh no, I need to control my expenses," you know.
Yeah,
Neha,
I
you were
do
saying
have.
something.
Yeah, I do. I said I do have an Excel sheet that keeps a track of my monthly expenses as well. So if one month had a larger expense, I needed to like control myself for the next month and so on. So yeah,
I
I
agree.
do relate with you too.
I still keep that Excel sheet with me. I still keep a track of everything. And that's actually a strategy we can say to have that kind of finances and management of all the things. So,
Absolutely.
yeah, with moving forward with a similar kind of question, how did you handle moments of loneliness or homesickness during grad school? I would start with Julia.
Well, once like the first moment I arrived here, like that week we had like the orientations, and that was really helpful. Actually, I get to know two girls, and I was having trouble with my housing because I didn't have like a accommodation, but that moment. Uh, and then they helped me like to move in the day I needed to because I was like living there Airbnb where I was staying until I found my accommodation. Um, but yes, so I decided, okay, if I will try to speak with anyone, like to start like having someone to talk with. But then I started my classes and I noticed that everyone was leaving at the very moment that the class was ending. So that was super different from my old experience, like back in my country. And then I said, okay, this is not going to work. If I just try to stick to my classes and try to speak with my classmates, that won't be enough. So attended like a lot of events. And I started to get to know organizations and so on. And that's how I ended up like getting to know people. But the loneliness, it's always there. Like, I mean, from time to time it comes and you start like, oh, I miss my family, or, oh, my food, or things like that. And I don't know, like you have to go through that. I try to do something like to compensate those moments where I kind of feel like sad or so on. Like, for example, try to eat something nice at least to feel more energized, or listen to nice music or watch a movie. Because if you just, you have to deal with that, but you don't have to be stuck on that. If not, that's super bad for yourself. So I try to do something else in order to pass that moment and say, okay, everything is good. I can manage this. And yes, that's my strategy.
We can say we got this. Neha,
Yeah. So similar to Julia, I agree with her, but yeah, I made a lot of friends during my first semester from my class itself. And I'm so grateful that we are all friends and we are all. So every time we feel a little lonely or anything such that, we have a planned hangouts like the home hangouts, either somebody does cook for you, or the potlucks or small get together. Even playing Uno helps you to overcome those uh, phases of life, I would say. But yeah, having friends here and hanging out with them, even uh, going to the big howdy party or all sorts of college events with friends or even small groups or your roommates, that really helps a lot as well. Making good food, eating good food, or dancing to the playlist that you have from your home or the folk music, that it really do help. Sometimes it seems very small things or small gestures, but those really help. And I also made friends from BSM. BSM is the place that is right across the Starbucks at University Center. So that is a Baptist ministry for students. So I made a lot of friends from there as well. They used to host Thursday International Friends Night, where they used to host biryani nights and play a lot of new games. So I made few friends from there as well, or even attending any organizational events on campus. So you start making those conversations, and as you say that you are an international student, so you bond on that international student experience, and that's how you start little friendships here at unknown place. And now you have so many friends at so many places. It's good to have that support, I would say.
that sounds interesting. Roberto, can I hear from you?
Yes, of course. Well, for me, I think that how I manage the loneliness is like, yeah, like involving campus, like try to connect with friends that maybe that friends that I don't have anything in common, maybe that kind of person that surprise you in a different way. Uh, I remember like one of my first semester or my second, I don't know, I don't remember exactly, but I'm trying to make friends like I don't say everywhere, but it's in my most common places, my classes, in at the Mac. You see, I don't know, like trying to talk with anybody. Sorry, with everyone. I think that at the beginning, yeah, it's scared. Like you need to be more um social, and sometimes I don't know, you have like social anxiety, and that is kind of I don't know. You need to know and understand how to manage that. But I think that with friends and with your community, or with your groups, or with people that you feel good and you feel comfortable, the loneliness is more you can manage at the end of the day. As well as Julia said, always I like I don't know miss my family, my food, my culture, everything. But is something that that you need to understand when you are here and when you have a goal like in a long term. So for me, it's like I don't know. I'm still talking with with my mom every day, with my family as well, like FaceTime, yes, every day. Like I don't know. I'm still connect with my family um, every day. But I know and I understand my reality and I understand my decision to come here to another country and to pursue my dream. At the end of the day, everything you need to balance in the life. That is my mentality right now. That right now I'm here for a goal, a dream, or whatever, or my professional growth. And yeah, I think that my family as well understand, and I think that communication with your family is really important as well.
I agree with you. Even when I think of my days during the loneliness, I used to just go out to walk. I used to walk every day around 1 hour, 1.5 hour, and talk to my family while walking. And when I used to feel homesick, it was like I need somebody who can listen to me. And yes, I would also go to all the events that was organized by UTA, and I used to participate there. I remember those days. It's difficult, but we got this. We got this, guys. Okay,
Yes.
moving forward, we have some two questions for you. Wrapping it up, if you could give one piece of advice for your first week as an international graduate student, what would it be? I would start with maybe Julia again.
My advice is definitely uh, go to the welcome events, SOS. I think that's really important because in and to the uh, orientations. That's super important too, because there they present like super like quick, but all the resources. So you at least try to get one or two because for me it was difficult. They mentioned all the resources and I was like kind of confused. But at least try to get two or three and then go to these welcome events because there you start getting to know people, and even if you don't speak at that moment, you start to getting to know what's the vibe of the place. And I think that's really important to start your classes with some energy, and then don't stress out like with the topics. Like maybe if you find that the um teaching teaching like pedagogical system that they have is quite different, and you need to understand, calm down, because during the first maybe 1 2 weeks you will feel kind of lost, but then once you understand how they manage the things, then you will be okay. And yes, so those are my recommendations for the first week.
Thank you, Roberto.
My advice, yes, attend to every event, but like, yeah, like try to involve in the campus, trying to talk with every new student because I think that every student are in the same situation as you, and maybe both feel shy or they are scared to talk with each other. So don't pay attention on that. Only start talking and be yourself. Trying to disconnect. Like sometimes I remember that my first week and I see all the students with the AirPods or listening music everywhere. I'm doing the same, and I think that that is a bad advice. You need to connect. Where are you? Where are the place that you are attending at that moment? Where are the people? What is your environment? So I think that that is another advice, that connect with yourself and disconnect from technology. And yeah, I think those two.
Thank you, Neha. I think you're muted.
My apologies. But yeah, I really do agree with the both advices, and I'm gonna say that don't let the fear of rejection hold you back. Uh, as an international student, we have done such braver thing of coming here, and all the other things that come lies next are just the next step that we need to take. So just be curious and be fearless. We are here. We did that brave thing of coming here. So these are just the next steps that we need to take, and everything is going to fall in its own place at its own time. Just give it a time. The success is little subjective of timeline for everybody, so everything is going to be great. Yeah.
Thank you. Ending with a positive note, an inspiring note, I would just say we would move with the last question. Julia has something to say.
Just
Yeah.
just one point that during your first week, try to understand the campus itself. Where are the buildings? Because at the beginning, that was crazy for me.
Yeah, I agree with you, Julia. I used to do this thing when I was in my first week. I said I used to go to walks. So I used to just go on the different parts of the campus, and likewise I used to understand that what part is and where the buildings are, and that was helpful to me. So I would consider this advice. Thank you. Okay. So I was here. We're moving forward with the last question of this workshop. I would like to start with Roberto. What is one achievement or moment during your graduate journey that you were most proud of?
I think that moment or I think every semester I'm really proud of every semester that I complete here in UTA because like every semester it wasn't easy. Every semester was hard academically and personally. So for me, I'm really proud of myself, the success after the semester, the skill that I earn after every class, and and the personal growth that I get like in this master in my program. I think that for a lot of international students is like it wasn't really easy. I think that everyone have the personal, or for me, for example, like a personal, personal personal things that are really hard or academically or whatever. And I'm really proud about my journey. I'm really proud for every day. And yeah, I think that that is my things.
Thank you, Neha.
Um, yes, showing up every day is also counted as proudest parts or proudest moments of life, but there is something that I would like to share. Uh, Initially, when we all came here, I don't know if everybody had plans to visit back home or at least anything, but we have such stressful financial conditions that you never know. You always dream of heading back home someday, visit your parents at least sometime once in a 2 years or something. And I got that chance of visiting my home in winter break, and everything, like, I was able to manage my own finances and visit back home and come back again. And that, I think that really helped me to, feel motivated and do more in my life. So this similar moment can come back in my life and I can visit home back again. Like, apart from all the professional and personal engagement, or what you call it as, like the proud moments, this felt a little personal and little different, that I was able to visit back home. Initially there was no plans of heading back home or visiting, so this was like a very sweet moment in my life that is keeping me, inspired and motivated to work more harder and achieve all those good dreams and best things out there.
I can feel you, Neha, because even I went to India this spring break and sorry, this winter break. It's spring break is coming. This winter break, and it was such a proud moment for me also doing the same what you did, and I can feel that. I can feel that pride. I can feel that inspiration that I got after I'm back from India.
Yes,
Julie, I would like to start
definitely.
with you.
Um, yeah, I think it's more like similar to Roberto in the sense that everything that you achieve, it's something that you feel proud of. Uh, like I feel like I'm learning a lot. It's incredible that I am super happy about that because that was my goal. So every time I learn something new, I am just, oh my God, I can do this. Um, so I think but you are always like in this, like you achieve something, but then you need to achieve another thing. So you have to try to celebrate when you like reach a goal, uh, to like have like new strength for the next step that you need to take. But yes.
I agree. Thank you. Thank you. Well, this was the end of our questions. Thank you to our panelists for sharing your experience so honestly. Your journey shows that the international student path is challenging, but it is also filled with growth, resilience, and meaningful success at the same time. We hope that today's discussion helped you feel more informed, empowered, and supported. Now is the time for the audience. The floor is open for you. You may ask questions if you want to. Please go ahead and ask the questions if you have any for our panelists.
I would like to answer to Christian Morkey. He's asking about like if there is any public speaking practice session. And yes, they are answering that there is not, but in SAGNAS, which is one organization for, uh, I don't know the entire name, but it is open for anyone that wants to join. We will have like a communication session, which will be related with salsa, like the dance. So if you would like to attend, I think that will be nice to practice speaking. Okay. That's one recommendation.
That organization slide was already here. Thank you, Julia, for addressing that. I have already put a slide for all the student organizations here. Guys, feel free to take a snapshot. You can save it for your future references. Thank you, Julia, for addressing that.
Christian asked if you can recommend one organization for them.
Well, I can recommend like Latinx LGSA, which is Latinos Graduate Students Organization, and also the one that I mentioned, SACNAS, which is Society of for Advance of Chicanos and Native Americans in Science. Both are like you don't need to really take care of the name Latinos or science. It is, although these organizations are open, it is more about where you feel that there is a connection. And that's why I started to get involved with these organizations because the activities they do are like something interesting. So it is just to say that these organizations are open to anyone that wants to attend.
Well, thank you for addressing that too. Moving forward, I would say, last but not the least, your feedback matters. I would request the participants to fill out this form. You can scan the QR code, and we have the link in the chat box. And once again, thank you so much, everyone, for participating in this event. I would highly encourage you all to scan this QR code. You. Thank you for the last time, and thank you for joining this. We have more events coming up. Stay tuned and do visit the Ed Center if you get some time. I would request the panelists to stay here for a photo. And thank thank you to all the audiences.